guys, Risque here, and welcome back to Sherlock Holmes, Chapter 1. So last we left off, we were inside the police station, and I was a little confused about what I was supposed to do. I now know. I now know what I'm supposed to do with the evidence ticket. So, okay, I think it's through this way. I think this is who I need to talk to. Yeah, evidence room.
Good night. The ticket, please, if you want me to help you.
Okay.
I'd like to check the evidence from this case.
And who are you?
Oswald sent me. I'm a consulting detective.
His partner, then? Let me see. Ah, a ritual murder. What a bunch of degenerates. Wait a second. I'll bring it to the table.
Okay. Sounds like a plan. Oh, it's just all this. Okay. Coolness. So, 9 pieces of evidence. I'm guessing 3 in each box. Okay. Who is this first one belonging to? Is this... I can't tell. Okay, whatever. Alright, what is this? Letter from Fabio. The letter that was found in Vogel's evidence box. Is your mind unsound? You can't control your bitterness. Not around me, anyway. For me, it's too great a risk to ignore that kind of behavior. I can be, speak, and play with anyone I choose. I'm not another Matista. You pay me, but you haven't bought me. Of course, I'll keep your generous donations, even though they hardly compensate for your last terrible outburst. I'm leaving you, although Matista will still be around. Fabio. Well, gives Vogel motive, that's for sure.
Not the time for privacy.
Okay. What is this?
An emergency kit for boredom.
Okay. Sounds bizarre.
Werner's personal sketchbook.
I want to look in it. I want to see what goes on in his sick-ass, twisted-ass mind.
A heavily perfumed handkerchief with the initials KM in the corner.
Ah.
All the keys of the mansion on one golden ring.
Gotcha.
It's a miracle this ruby hasn't tempted anyone.
So I can't take anything? Lame. Power of love, blood, and mandrake. Okay.
That's not for bedtime reading.
No, it is not.
This ex libris belongs to Manchio's library.
Gotcha. The police found this occult book in Batista's bag during the arrest. According to the ex-libri, the tome was taken from Mr. Manchio's collection. It contains illustrations and descriptions of a ritual similar to the crime scene. Prepare the naked body of a recently deceased object of interest. Draw symbols of Mars and Venus to enhance the power you possess, to use the force of male and female nature. Pierce his heart with a golden dagger to be rid of the blood that does not love you. Draw a symbol representing your love. While waiting for the resurrection, recite the charm.
The book describes a ritual similar to the one performed in the altar.
Yeah, it's true.
Her key to the altar.
Gotcha.
A handcrafted charm that contains hair and nail clippings. Thank you, officer.
Okay. So, we've got a couple new Mind Palace clues. So, okay, we probably need to go talk to Matista about the book, and then Vogel about the letter. There we go. Okay, so Pinchetti missed the blood spatter. Failed to notice a blood stain on the side of his shoe while cleaning himself after the murder, or he accidentally stepped in blood. I mean, that's probably the most likely one. But since that one's red, I'll go with that one. I still don't entirely know what the red versus... I mean, I guess the gray probably represents like a dead end. I'm guessing. But does that mean it's wrong? I don't know. I don't know, man. Okay. Let's go talk to Martista. Is that her name? Let's talk to her first. Let's see. Where is she at? Which one is she in? Is it this one? Yeah. Hey, I got a question.
This book, The Power of Love, Blood and Mandrake, what do you hope to achieve?
To learn more about the invisible strengths that govern us. Occultism is real. The master who fell that night when Fabio and I escaped, I made him fall. I cast a spell on him and it worked.
Or was it a coincidence?
The universe is rarely so lazy.
If you say so.
Whatever you say, girly pop. You got anything else to say?
I've nothing to add.
This is the letter the police found in Mr. Vogel's pocket. Fabio wrote it. Do you know anything about it?
I don't. Although I can feel Fabio's energy. It's there, but it refuses to let me analyze it.
Do you practice occult rituals?
For protection? For fortune? To wash away the ugliness of the world? Sometimes to survive. I have the gift, and I'm learning to use it better.
Did you use your gift on Fabio?
I only used white magic. Love charms lately. Fabio became so distant. I just wanted him to be with me, but I suppose I'm not as skilled as I thought.
Girl. This poor Fabio guy. Everybody wanted a piece of him. Hold on, let me turn the volume down. But yeah, we should be finishing up this game fairly soon. Which is crazy. Matista may have used a ritual on Fabio. I wonder if just maybe this other stuff matters. I don't know. It's sad we've been through this whole game and I still don't entirely know how it works. Okay, Vogel, you got some explaining to do. What the fuck is this?
So, the police found a letter from Fabio in your pocket.
I cannot tell if it was truly in my pocket at all. Perhaps it was placed there later.
Well, that is one hypothesis. If it were true, then how did it get there?
No clue. But this night has been rather eccentric. Such a detail could have easily eluded me.
Indeed. Do you recall reading it?
I can't remember that either. But I tend to respect privacy. Reading others' personal notes is not one of my perversities.
I just don't know that I believe him. Do you have anything to say?
Please let me out.
No, you don't. What about you? Okay, what should I show you?
Do you recognize this book? Could Matista have borrowed it from your library?
She didn't ask me. How ungrateful.
The things described in the book were inspiration for the rituals you performed?
Do you really believe that blood, symbols, and incantations can resurrect the dead? They are just eerie tales with a mix of occultism and voodoo. My rituals are a stage to show some of the forbidden pleasures.
I've read this letter from Fabio. It had no addressee, but it was found in Mr. Vogel's pocket.
Werner? Strange. I didn't think the two of them corresponded.
I'm sure there is some explanation. Would you care to read it?
Call me superstitious, but I don't care to read a letter from a dead man.
Okay. I'm...
The air here is rather refreshing. I'd even recommend that some of my friends visit the place.
Do you have anything else to say?
I know I can handle the news.
What the fuck? And then Santos still had nothing to say.
Please let me out.
Huh. Oh, there we go. Sounds like something. I'm missing something.
I recognize the key from the altar room among these.
The small note attached to the will says, Santos, my hopeful slug, you begged me to include you in my will, so I did. Here's my latest revision of the will, Kurt. The text of the will under the note. Santos Pinchetti, the major domo of the Manchios mansion, receives a jar of mustache wax and a salt lamp. You know, I kind of want Kurt to die just for that. Just for that. Even if he's not actually guilty. Nope. Not what I meant to do, God damn it.
We'll continue later.
Not what I meant to do.
Mr. Manchios says that you begged him to be included in the heritage. Isn't that a little extreme, even for a major domo?
He's not only my employer, he's my uncle. And I'm his next of kin. The only one. Mr. Manchios flatly refuses to pay a family member. All I have to do is repay his so-called love, cleaning up the filth after perverts and decadents. He's imprisoned me. The best I can hope for is a new broom. That's why I wanted to have my part of the inheritance.
Is it that bad? You have a roof above your head, a salary, and the status of a major domo.
For God's sake. I'm forced to dye and stitch my threadbare clothes, and the holes in my shoes are painful. I'm ashamed every time a guest looks at me closely.
Why do you think your uncle treats you this way?
My mother, my uncle's sister, had me illegitimately. She died, and I was given the surname of one of the maids.
But you are entitled to some of the money that belongs to your family.
He thinks not. I was not responsible for my mother's death. I work hard, and he pays me nothing. I feed on the leftovers. While he wastes our estate's property on decadent parties, he paid Fabio handsomely and showered him with expensive gifts for their disgusting relationship.
Yikes, okay. Should probably go talk to Kurt about this too. The fuck's your problem, dude?
You better ask someone.
No, shut up, I didn't mean to tap that.
I've read the letter about your will. A harsh method of ridiculing Santos. I doubt he will use mustache wax when he wears no mustache to begin with.
Where did you get it? Is the slug here? Tell him I shouldn't have to provide for him. He's a grown man who shouldn't sit on his uncle's neck. He conceives himself as my only heir.
And who is he to you?
He's a leech on my aging body. He has only added problems to my life since the death of his mother.
I fail to see why you made him your major domo.
He needed to know his place, so I taught him.
Okay. Santo Pinchetti's efforts in Maine. Pinchetti has been forced to work for Kurt Manchios in the desperate hope of obtaining heritage, but it hasn't paid off. God, he's an asshole. Manchios, not Pinchetti. Okay, according to Santos Pinchetti, and by the content of the letter, it may have been addressed to Kurt Manchios. Okay. Letter from Fabio. Okay, so... Answer.
There is undeniable evidence that you were the original recipient of this letter.
What are you talking about? Is it addressed to me?
Your protege wanted a fresh start, it seems. This is sufficient to charge you.
Me? Hurt my star? Are you insane that you would accuse me of such a thing?
He did not consider himself as yours. Since you deny everything, let's move on. Do you have any idea as to how the letter could have ended up in Mr. Vogel's pocket?
You were the detective. Perhaps he took it from Fabio. Werner was a little high.
I hate this guy. I hate this guy so much. Okay, you? Maybe?
Please let
Nope.
me out.
Vogel? Listen, you need to stop pissing me off.
I have reason to believe that the intended recipient of the incriminating letter may have been Kurt Manchios.
Well, that makes sense. Too bad I can't remember how I came to possess it.
though I did spend quite some time with Mr. Manchos during the party. Unfortunately, even with an answer, that may still not be enough to clear you with the police. But fear not, I will persevere. I hope your attempts to put things straight will make up for you being on a bender. Touché.
Yeah, don't try me, dude. Don't fucking try me. Okay. Vogel took the letter under influence. Or Manchios planted the letter. I believe that. I don't like Manchios. I really am leaning towards blaming him. I want to blame him for everything. Okay. What else? Who else do I need to talk to? Do I need to talk to... What's her face again? There's a lot of back and forth in this one.
Could Fabio have written this letter to Kurt Manchos?
Oh. That could be. I never thought Mr. Manchos could make Fabio that angry, though.
What do you mean?
Well, Fabio wanted to disassociate from Mr. Manchos. Clients who are in love are both a blessing and a curse.
But Fabio was here tonight.
Money. In our line of work, we can't afford to turn down clients who pay as well as Kurt Manchos.
Was Fabio afraid of Mr. Manchos?
Not at all. The old toad wouldn't dare to do more than sweet talk and touching. Talk can be forgotten, and touching washed away.
Okay. Jesus, who else do I need to talk to about this fucking letter? Fabio shattered Kurt Manchos' feelings. Okay. I'm still confused.
I can't wrap my head around
Shut the
such a
fuck up.
tragedy at my party.
Please let me out.
Shut the fuck up.
Are you done yet? Can I...
There's nobody else I can talk to, but it's still saying that I need to talk to somebody. I don't quite understand. So like, do all of these need to be red? Or maybe none of these need to be red? Okay. I don't fucking know. Because, okay, this says... in control, blah, blah, blah. Maybe I should talk to... what's his face in the archives? Maybe? I mean, I don't see why, but... fuck it. Wait, I went the wrong way.
This letter proves nothing. Fabio wrote it to Mr. Manchios. It's time to free Mr. Vogel.
Do you really think I'm that naive? I need proof, not words from his friend.
Very well. Mr. Pinchetti told me that Mr. Manchios was lavishing Fabio with expensive and eccentric gifts. The letter mentions rich rewards and attempts to buy Fabio with them. It was written to Mr. Manchios. Who else was showering Fabio with luxuries to buy him? It doesn't fit Mr. Vogel's character.
Look here. We had a deal. Give me the murderer and then take your friend with you. I won't budge otherwise.
Well, fine, but you're just wasting time.
Okay, so that's it on that. But that doesn't... that... all clues found. Okay, okay. What the actual hell? Let's see, okay. I'm leaning towards Manchios, so... Manchios planted the letter. Jenny accidentally stepped in blood. Manchios washed himself after the murder. The ritual was a cover. There we go. Yeah. Yeah. So, for years, Fabio played with Kurt Manchios' heart and abused his interest in the young performer. When Manchios received yet another rejection, he murdered Fabio and staged a love ritual to avoid suspicion. Crime of passion, Kurt Manchios was heartbroken and panicked and did not mean to kill Fabio. The improvised ritual was a desperate attempt to cover up the crime. A prison sentence should be enough, for his harsher punishment is the death of his love. Or a sexual predator. I'm leaning towards that. Kurt Manchios killed Fabio in cold blood. He staged the crime as a ritual to blame Batista. He planted the letter in Vogel's pocket to avoid suspicion. Manchios has no consideration for the life of others and deserves to be hanged. Yeah. Yeah, he's a piece of shit. Alright. I'm gonna talk to Manchios. I've had it. I've had it with this dude. And I just fucking met the guy.
The murder of Fabio did not have a ritual purpose, Mr. Manchios. It was staged by a man who wished to distract the investigation.
That might be true. That poor girl Batista wouldn't dare to kill the only man who cared for her. So, Santos.
Mr. Pinchetti snatched at the chance to solve his problems.
Ungrateful little scum. Will he be executed?
But what for? He informed the police as to the crime, that was all. He couldn't stage the ritual, but he found the body, I believe.
I can't believe it. Why did Werner do it?
Mr. Vogel. He had no reason, and he won't be a scapegoat as you plan. You put Fabio's letter in his pocket when he was intoxicated, didn't you?
You can't be serious.
Oh, serious as a heart attack, babes. Serious as a motherfucking heart attack.
You're at the twilight of your life. You have no partner, you have no children. You had feelings, however, for one man. That was Fabio. You loved him. That is, you wished to own him with money and gifts. But he was also a free mind, was he not? He turned his back on you. Quite unjust. Love, so cruel and painful, and Fabio, with his words and deeds, made you feel the more wretched. So you killed him.
You must surely perceive that my sensitive nature wouldn't allow me to hurt anyone.
Suck a dick. Suck the dirtiest, mangiest, hairiest, sweatiest dick of your life. Fuck you. Hate people. Hate people like that.
We can very often deduce someone's life by their shoes or their fingernails. You are a meticulous person, but this murder was fairly traumatic and filthy. After you stabbed Fabio, you were covered in blood. You panicked and neglected to rinse the soap from under your fingernails. The devil is in the details, Mr. Manchios.
Nonsense. I missed it simply because of the busy schedule of the party.
Of course, a staged murder was certainly not planned. You staged the murder as a satanic ritual. It was easy for you since you were the one who wrote the scenarios for the parties. It was your way of avoiding suspicion. A respectable man in his 60s,
Early 60s.
who hosts the cream of Cordona society, cannot possibly be a murderer. But the guests who behave like animals in his mansion, of course, one of them could have killed Fabio.
I did oversee a few of the rituals, but I did not stage Fabio's death.
The young performer played with your emotions. That was painful to realize. You spent so much time and effort to be with Fabio, but he didn't respond in the way you would have liked. You wanted to be loved, but Fabio shattered your dreams. In the smoking lounge, he teased and mocked you. He wanted you to suffer by offering himself to others. The deception was unbearable. You struck him, and then you staged the ritual. You planted the letter in Vogel's pocket and attempted to set up Batista.
What poppycock? Sherlock, stop this game now.
There is no stop word, Mr. Manchios. Relax and enjoy it. I'll pass the remainder of this case to Constable Oswald. He'll know what to do with you.
Eat the dirtiest of asses, you piece of shit. Okay. Well, on that note, we're going to go ahead and end this episode here. We'll talk to Constable Oswald in the next episode. Hope you guys enjoyed this one. If you did, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe, share this with your friends, hit the bell so you don't miss an upload, and I'll see you guys next time.